morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this week's Café con la Cámara, Cafecito here at the Tucson Hispanic Chamber. We welcome all of you. So much to digest this week. So looking forward to not only hearing from you guys on what you're doing with your businesses and just some interesting conversations, but also to talking a little bit about the news and what's going on and opening of businesses. Yes, hello. So would love to hear a little bit perspective on that. So first we'll concentrate on all of you sharing your business information and anything you want to promote today. And then we'll have a discussion. I'd love to hear a discussion and get perspective from you guys on what you're seeing out there in terms of the community reopenings and any perspective or insights you want to share. Before I jump to that, I just want to make some quick announcements for the Chamber. First off, we hope you will join us for a first in a series of conversations with leaders, not only from our community, but from obviously from our government. We have a digital conversation with Town Hall with Senator McSally this Thursday. If you have not registered, we really encourage you to do so. I'll share a little bit of perspective on that, but we're also organizing conversations with other leaders. I just always like to stress we are a nonpartisan organization. We are by no means promoting Senator McSally as a candidate for the Chamber. We are simply giving our leaders the opportunity to connect with our members and our members the opportunity to ask questions that are on their mind. And we are happy to create that forum for our members and community. So hopefully you'll join us for that conversation. It's at 8 o'clock on Thursday. Space is limited, but there's still some seats there, all digital. So go in and register and you'll get your confirmation email. There will not be a post with the Zoom information. You have to go in and register. So I'm trying to make sure I share that with members because we have been normally sending out Zoom information, but for this we are not. You have to register. But there are going to be other conversations with other leaders and senators waiting for confirmation from others. So
Isabel, it's 8 a.m. I assume?
Yes, 8 a.m.
Okay.
I believe she's flying back from Washington.
And where do you register at?
Go to the website and register under events. I also sent an email with invitation and a link to whatever's easiest, so you can also check your emails. There was an invitation for all members there, but be sure and do that. Take advantage. This is our chance to ask the questions we want to ask. So please, join us for that. Oh, the other thing is, please, we're also excited to share. We've got a couple of webinars going on in partnership with the City of Tucson. On Thursday, we launch our first in a series there. Thursday afternoon. Again, you can see it on our website. It is in Spanish because we are targeting the Spanish-speaking community. Sorry, guys, lots of activity going on all of a sudden. Grab my mask. I don't know who walked in. We have a lot of activity going on there with the first in a series. So look on our website, look on Facebook, and please share it. This is something, again, we're trying to really reach the Spanish-speaking community and ensure that they are taking advantage of all the resources that are available. This one in particular is a conversation on how we can pivot during this time. I am also offering that class in English here at the Chamber through Zoom. So you'll see more of that on our social media and on our website. So watch for that. Also, too, I'm excited to share that on Wednesday, our own Paul Mendoza is going to be on a webinar with KGON 9, but I'll let him tell you about that. So anyways, I'm very excited to have you all here. Thank you for joining us. And let's go ahead and first start hearing from everybody and what's going on with your business and introducing yourselves. Why don't we start first with Hubert? Let's see. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. I was minimized. I was looking for the screen, but it was minimized because I'm so smart. Um, Guardian Tax Law, basically we offer tax collection defense with the IRS, with states, and help people steer businesses in the right direction to not only resolve past due taxes issues, but move them in the right direction moving forward. There's a lot of bad advice out there. Really, if people have questions, just give us a call. And even if you can't afford our services or someone can't afford our services, we work with the local tax clinic here in Tucson and to make sure people are taken care of. I'm putting on a seminar or a lunch and learn with a CPA and a financial advisor on Friday, June 19th. I'm sorry, on the 12th, June 12th. If you have basically talking to business owners and answering questions on what to look into for the PPP, the repayment of that, we have the June 15th deadline coming up. We have the July 15th for the first quarter deadline coming up, and then they will start to impose penalties and interest. There was never any forgiveness of how much you have to pay though, so that we are expecting a lot of people to be in trouble. Please give me a call. We can answer your questions and hopefully either avoid the trouble by putting you in the right CPA hands. And again, I referred already to someone here in this chapter for tax preparation work. But steer you in the right direction, and you don't want to be my client unless you have to. Hubert Johnson, Guardian Tax Law.
Thank you, Hubert. Did you put the information about your event on the chat?
Not yet. It's we are putting that together. I'll put up the date, but just email me or you can send me a message if you're interested. But we're still putting this together, but we want to definitely have it soon. I think the June 12th deadline is pretty firm, and I'll have more details next week.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's hear from Sebastian. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm Sebastian Osuna, real estate agent working with Tierra Antigua. And market is crazy, believe me or not. No inventory, good houses in the correct price and good conditions, going so fast, so hard working with buyers, because you're going to show the house and you come and write an offer and it's already 2 or 3 offers there. Please, if you know somebody who is thinking to sell, thinking to buy, keep my name, my phone number, and give it to them. I will help them to find the correct house and the area where they're looking for. I'm Sebastian Osuna with Tierra Antigua, and please keep me in there. Thank you. Have a nice day.
So you're saying even despite current events, the housing market is very busy?
Yeah, it's kind of, how you say it, it's sales market. They sell so fast. I keep posting the listings on Facebook, and I got a lot of people asking me, hey, do you want, it's still available? I check it and it's already gone. It's sold. 2-3 days, it's gone. So it's very good market right now. Real estate is raising, and I think it's because the good interest rate they had offered, and plus people still buying, you know, like they want to stop renting and they want to get their own house or sell the small one because the family is growing. So yeah, price between 180 and 230, 240. Oh my goodness, it's going so fast.
Thank you. That was going to be my next question.
Thank you.
80 to 230. All right, good information, especially if somebody's looking to invest. All right, thank you, Sebastian.
No problem. Have a nice week.
You too. All right, Debbie, you want to talk to us?
Sure. Debbie Hayes, you can create your own life. Melaleuca.com, the wellness company. We had our first and hopefully only virtual convention this weekend. It was good, but much better to be there in person. Want to talk again about probiotics because we're starting to get out now more, and we need to be especially mindful of keeping our immune system and our gut healthy. Not that we wouldn't want to at other times, but especially right now. So you need to look for a probiotic that has prebiotics in it. Better to have one that does not require refrigeration. And I believe I mentioned this previously, but some of the cultures are going to die. So Melaleuca's policy is to start out with 20 billion active cultures in their product, because then they can guarantee that as long as you take it by the expiration date, there will still be the 10 billion active cultures alive. Also, there's an acid-resistant capsule so that it can get through the stomach to the intestine where it needs to do the most good. Because a lot of products that don't, if they don't have that, then the stomach acid is liable to make them totally ineffective. And the other thing is to look at our costs, because our 450 products are quality ingredients and very good prices. When you look at the other probiotics that are available, they're going to be a lot more expensive unless they're just the real inexpensive stuff that's on the shelf and you can't have any, you don't have any, well, that I wouldn't trust. I'll put it that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. All right, let's hear from Samantha.
I remembered to unmute myself. Yay! Starting my Monday off with a small victory. I'm Samantha Alvarez from Nesco Resource. One of the things that I'm just so proud of during this time is some of the services that Nesco has been able to offer for our clients, especially in regards to risk management and consultations. Just in the past week, with a lot of Arizona getting back to work or planning on getting back to work and what that looked like, we've been able to facilitate in-person and virtual site visits to review work sites for safety. I am OSHA certified and I've gone through the COVID social distancing training. So our team has been able to offer suggestions on improving workplace safety that are job specific or COVID related, including print materials for people, just kind of translating some of the HR jargon and how to roll things out to their employees. And then we've also been facilitating long-term or short-term staffing to ensure safety practices are in place, such as workplace sanitation or teams for more employees for rotational shifts so that there's less people in the building at certain times, but still a safe amount of people in the building. So that has been a really crazy part of my last 2 weeks. It's been really fun to see how many Tucson businesses are adapting these practices. And also, just to throw it out there, Tucson was named one of the top 10 cities meant to recover, like on the best track to recover from COVID. So that has to be just a really good feather in our cap for the way that we've all been doing business the last, it feels like year, but the last couple of months. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to facilitate any knowledge I have to anybody at the Chamber of Commerce for just being a relationship builder. I'm your girl.
You wanted me to talk or something?
Yes, we're sorry.
Oh, okay. I apologize for that. It's just that I just got a notification saying that I need to unmute my phone. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, my name is Raul Garza with Energized, and we're still working, helping other businesses grow. And let's see, one of the things that we're seeing a lot right now is that, well, businesses are more enthusiastic to start promoting themselves right now than they were about 2 months ago. So some of the contracts that were diminished early on during this tragedy are actually going back to normal. So that's pretty interesting. The main thing is, I know we all want to be careful with everything, and there's a lot of changes that we're going to be making. But right now it's a good time to start promoting your business out there because people are buying. And if you're an essential business, such as in real estate or contracting or any other business that you may represent, accounting, you do want to advertise and try to get people's attention first before anybody else does. Let's see what else. Another thing that we've been doing is connecting businesses with technology. Pretty interesting how some of the projects that we started working on 2-3 years ago are starting to bear some good fruit right now. And what we've been able to do, utilizing technology, we've been able to increase 36% contribution margin with some of our clients. And so I love to be able to connect with anybody interested in, raising prices, even though you think you can't, you can. That's something that we've been doing for our customers, and it's working. Love to share more details with you, but I think we can maybe do that on a one-on-one if you feel comfortable. If not, then we can do standing 6 feet apart, of course, and or we can do a Zoom video conference. Raul with Energized, nice to see you guys here, healthy and going strong for your business.
Thank you, Raul. He hit on something really important. And that is, what kind of work were you doing before this event happened? Like, what were you building? What were you working on? Those things, we're finding that organizations, companies, startups that had something in particular that they were building, they were able to just push it even further during this time, especially if it met a need. So again, if you go back and look at your businesses and how you're trying to pivot, there are opportunities in what's happening, and that's not a bad thing. It's an evolution. So it's hard to think about, wow, I'm not going to take advantage of this time and the bad that's happening. And that's not what I'm saying. There are, though, opportunities that get uncovered that are things you can either tap into in your business, or there are things you can go after and start to see how you can meet those needs. So, it's important to keep that in mind. And I think that's helpful in helping us keep moving forward. So nice call outs, Raul. Thank you. All right, let's talk to, Miss Brenda. Hi, Brenda. There you go.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, keep going in and out. Brenda Edmondson with Send Out Cards, your relationship marketing strategist. And I want to kind of play off of what Raul said, because he is absolutely correct. This is the perfect time to expand your reach. And you do that, excuse me, you're doing that by using all of your social media, all of your different tools that you have to reach out to people in kindness, and just to let them know that you're still out there and ready for work. So what I do is I teach, or I help and teach business owners and entrepreneurs how to stay top of mind with their clients with cards and gifts, such as one like this. You can actually, what we do is we actually will print the cards for you. You create it on your smartphone as you're out and about working. You create the card on your smartphone. We will actually print it for you, stuff it, put it in the envelope, put the stamp on it, and send it out in the mail for you the very next day. And your customer will get that card in the mail within 3 to 4 days. So that's one of the ways that you can stay top of mind with your client. And of course, we have other options as well. So I do teach and help entrepreneurs and business owners how to take advantage of that, because right now is not the time to be stepping back. It's the time to be moving forward and expanding your reach. Brenda Edmondson, send out cards. What? You're still muted.
I'm trying to be quiet for you guys and not making a noise on my end. Sorry about that. Thank you, Brenda. That was excellent. All right, Miss Esther, can we hear from you? You're unmuted. Hi, Esther. Okay, we'll come back to Esther. All right, Athenia.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Good morning. How's everybody doing?
We're well, thank you.
I'm actually working from home today, so it feels really good to be home, to be enjoying my Monday, even though we're going to press shortly. So I'm just reaching out to all of my advertisers. And I am so glad for just the benefits of being able to connect with all of you guys and to just spend this quality morning with you guys. As we have been discussing in the previous cafecitos that I've shared or been part of, right now we have a lot of advertising grants available for all of our advertisers that are looking to invest or to pretty much enhance their business platform. We have the capability to, what we're doing is we're matching your investment. So if your funds are rather limited due to COVID, we want to be able to give you some. So I've had a lot of Tucson businesses. Let me lower my music, sorry, I'm a musician. So like for me, music is how you can unwind. But give me 1 second.
Mood music.
Thank you. I was mentioning to you guys, we are doing what is like an advertising match, and a lot of the new businesses up in Tucson have been taking advantage of it. So what it is we are matching your investment by 100%. And that would include your ad build, that would include your design layout for both interactive ads, like a video component. That would be on our website. If you would go to our website, which is www.gbnews.com, you can see the advertising campaign that will continue throughout this week with the static footer as well as the digital reveal ad that's being placed. Now, because our site traffic has gone up by 300%, right now a lot of our advertising our advertisers are maximizing their investment opportunity because they're able to reach into different areas and just get their word out. We are also tracking those statistics for them, and I'm really happy to say that our investors are really, our advertisers are really profiting from this. So, I mean, the whole COVID situation has hit us all globally, nationally, as a community, as a familia. But the good thing is that there is hope, and we have to just maintain our perspective and look at the positive, because for every negative, there's a positive. And if we just look at the negatives, well, two negatives will cancel out and create a positive. So let's just keep that positive frame of mind, because it's mind over matter. Positive thinking will give you good vibes, good thoughts, and you're going to have success all around you. So I'm very happy to be able to be part of the Cámara de Comercio with the Tucson Hispanic Chamber. It is just a big blessing, and just to be able to connect with each of you guys is just amazing in itself. So I'm really glad that we have this opportunity. And if you even have ideas or questions and you want to run them past me, obviously I'm not like a guru when it comes to the best advertising, but I thank God that I have been given that creative eye, and I am just able to help you guys. So if you need anything, if you have questions, ideas, comments on, what can you do to enhance your platform, what should you do, let me put my skills to use for you. And even if it's just as a referral, or even if it's just as like on the side. If you don't want to advertise, that's fine. But you know what? Let's share ideas, because there is no I in teamwork, and all of us are a team. So I'm really glad to be here present, and thank you again.
Thank you, Athenia. We appreciate the support. And I think it's in line with what was being discussed around. This is the time to really put yourselves out there and promote what you're doing in your businesses. So it's great to have that resource. Thank you. All
Can
right.
you put the website in the chat, please?
I definitely will do that.
Great. And we will also send out the chat information again after the cafecito, so you'll get a copy of it as well. All right, JD, you want to talk to us?
There you go. I got it off mute.
Yay.
All right, hold on. I got to plug this in. I didn't realize how quick my iPad is dying out. But hey, everybody, my name's Juan JD with Roofs Are Hot. I provide new roofs and leak repairs. I specialize working on all insurance claims for property owners. And so what that looks like is, say somebody drives through your carport, your garage, or hopefully not through your living room, but it does happen. That's something that we could take care of for you. But I do work on roofing, all roofs, tile roofs, shingle roofs, and flat roofs. And right now what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to aggressively book jobs in the next 10 days, the next 10 business days. And I'm actually doing the full budget, and I'm giving steep discounts based on that. So yeah, I'm really kicking it in gear because, you know, the last couple of months with the whole pandemic, I've just slowed down a lot. So I'm really looking to pick up. And like I said, I'm going to be providing steep discounts based on the budget. So I'm going through the budget, and I'm just giving a really good discount as much as I can. So if you have any questions, just give me a call. You can text message me, call me. And I also provide virtual estimating. So I can just talk to you over the phone and pull up a roof report and give you a basis or a ballpark on a budget if you're just looking at a budget in regards to getting a re-roof or getting some maintenance done. So I could do that for you. So Juan JD with Roofs Are Hot. Thank you.
JD, I have a question for you. This is Athenia.
Hey, what's going on, Athenia?
How are you doing?
Great.
Good. I have a question because I know that solar panels are something that a lot of the households are now moving forward just to be more energy efficient and take advantage of the cut on the budget. Now, with some of the damage that does occur, like, do you work with roofs that have solar panels or?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect. So
yeah.
You wouldn't have any issues with those as well?
Oh, no, I've done re-roofs. The thing is because they're so expensive, I won't do a re-roof on that portion of the roof. Well, what I do, I just work with a homeowner. So if they have to get the solar panels removed, I work directly with a solar contractor that can do that. But yeah, it's a big liability doing work or doing a re-roof with solar panels on there. So yeah, I do my best to mitigate that risk. So yes, I do.
That's awesome. That's good to know, because sometimes you hear of the people that come in or they look in, like they'll call us and say, hey, do you guys know of anybody? Because they think that as a newspaper, we're going to have all the information on hand instead of going to FedEx. But that's good to know, because then we can also say, hey, you know what, you can call Roofs Are Hot.
Yeah.
And they can also help you with that. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, guys. Great questions. All right. I'm hoping that we can get Miss Esther. Are you there, Esther? Hey, Esther.
Hey guys, I'm a hugger, but we can't hug anymore. I know, and I got this. So, we'll set an appointment for the other thing. Okay. So my naturopath is probably what he can try. Yeah.
Esther.
Got it. Have a great day.
Let's all say it together. Esther.
I heard the name. I'm sorry.
We're trying to get you.
I am so sorry. I had a customer that just walked in right at the beginning of the meeting, so I've had it kind of low. And here I hear my name as I come back to the computer. So hi guys, how are you doing? My name's Esther Ray Hillman. I have Hillman Jewelers for all your watch and jewelry needs. We do custom design and repair of jewelry. I'm what's known as a jeweler's jeweler. Right here to you right now too. Been sweating, doing all kinds of work around the. I'm also a coach for Optavia, Habits of Health, transforming the world one healthy person at a time, helping people with healthy bodies, healthy mind, healthy finance. And anyway, that's two of the major things that I do right now when I'm not doing other charitable work or other things. Good to see you guys.
Great to see you. I have to give a shout out for Esther. She's my coach. I'm an Optavia customer, and I look forward to my calls with her because she just helps me stay on track, especially when I'm not drinking enough water. Which, by the way, I've got it right here. So, anyways, it's great to have somebody in your corner. So I appreciate Miss Esther. All right. Okay. Well, I think we've gone with everybody. Let's hear from Paul. Paul, bring us home.
Hi, hope you guys have a great weekend. So like Isabel was saying, this week, actually last week, we saw a lot of people already starting to go back to work. So one of the questions that we were talking about earlier is about what have you guys seen out there that our businesses are doing? How are you preparing for your reopening, and what strategies do you have going forward? So I think those are three questions that are really important for any business, especially if you, well, all of us own our own business. Like, what are you going to be able to do to reach out to your customers for them to be able to be safe? Are you going to continue doing stuff online? Are you already open to be able to sit down with people? I would love to hear from you guys to see what advices you have. Since this is being recorded, people are going to see it. Like, if you can have like one advice on one of those three questions, what are you doing? So I would like to listen from you, Sebastian, especially if you're in real estate. Are you actually taking in-person meetings, or everything's through online, or how are you handling that? Oh, you're muted. Hold on. Ooh.
Okay.
There we go.
Since the pandemic started, I've been prepared using my mask for my face, cover my mouth, and I use gloves. I had a packet of gloves on my car, and actually today BH I using these two. I keep it on my, and it's very easy to carry. It's hand sanitizing wipes. You can put them in your pocket when you jump to the car, clean your phone, clean your keys, and run. Yeah, I've been showing properties. I've been showing properties to clients, and they nobody like to buy something they don't see it. They first they contact me. They say they want to see it. We're going to look it up. Always we will prepare some. In some cases, it has to be by appointment. Vacant houses, you need to be a little more careful in that way, because many people, you don't know how many people they already went through. And yeah, I'm being prepared with that. I keep in my hand sanitizing in my car, gloves, and cover my face when I get into the house. Luckily, I don't driving with my clients. They are separate in their car. So it's the way we are doing business this time.
Perfect. Awesome. So actually, I would like to hear from you, Raul. Like, how do you handling this? I know you have people you can strategize online, or is working for you best if you see them in person?
You know what? Most of my clients, they really like to meet face to face. They're really old school, and they have difficulty using technology. So, I mean, they're all essential businesses, so they have not stopped, meeting with people per se. Obviously, they're taking measures such as wearing masks and utilizing hand sanitizers. as far as where I see this going is, I think it's waking up a lot of business owners into utilizing technology, and I think that's a good thing because we can help them with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like that is one of the major keys on how you're gonna be able to adapt, right? And I feel, especially like on those industries like real estate, and then for you, Raul, that you do marketing, like how can you present a vision when you have to explain it right there in person, right? So what precautions are you taking? What have you seen? Have you guys, any of you guys, noticed any business that you took some practices for them, or you are really pleased on how they are proceeding on reopening a business? Any restaurant that you guys love? Any retail store, grocery, anything you've seen out there that you are encouraged about the efforts they're doing?
I think that a lot of businesses are preferring to use cash. They're going cashless. They're using more credit cards instead of cash.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I really have no preference, Obviously, you have a credit card fee whenever you use that. So
yeah, but that's a great tool of education as well. I know you unmute yourself, JD. What are you gonna share?
Oh, I was gonna share Silver Saddle Steakhouse. I've been buying. They had a special with 20% off for their gift certificates, and they've also. I don't think they're open yet. They're gonna open this week, and then I've been buying their packaged meats. So they have some really good ribeyes and T-bones and other things. So yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Awesome.
How they did that.
Perfect. Samantha?
I have a question for everyone because it's been my biggest hurdle. A lot of my job is out in the fields with people face to face. So I've noticed a lot of little things. Some of the things I want to commend a lot of businesses on are the safety measures that they're taking for their employees. So as a guest going into the grocery store, yeah, it's very important that we follow the social distancing to people around us. But I think a true testament is looking at some of the grocery stores and what they're doing for their employees. So I know, like on the south side, at Cardenas, they have supplied PPE for their employees. They have sanitations in the back set up. Instead of just closing down the break room, they've set up like some of the offices that are in the back. That's supposed to be like the HR girl's office or the accountant's office. They emptied those out so that people could have those as a break space and still be comfortable. Because I noticed with some of the other grocery stores, the employees are having to go sit in their car to be out of the sun to have their lunch. Otherwise, they're kind of just pushing them outside. My big question for everybody is, how do we greet people in person now? Because so many of my clients are handshake people or hug people, and there's this kind of weird separation. So as you're going out there and seeing that, elbows, that's what Raul is saying. Yeah, but it's like, I wouldn't want anyone, like my grandfather would not understand if you put your elbow up to him. He would be like, is your arm broken? Do you need a sling? Do you need help? You wouldn't get the elbow bump. So there's a gap in that communication right up front for me that I've noticed going places.
Hey, so could I respond to that, Samantha? Because I had a excellent case on that situation this past Saturday. I went to do a home inspection, roof inspection for a gentleman that lives out in Green Valley. Older gentleman, retired. And I walk up, I got my face mask, I'm getting ready to put it on, and I said, hey, how are you? And he just freaking put his hand right out. And he was just like, he wasn't scared at all. And it was like, all right, you want to, that's fine. I just make sure that, hey, I'm not touching my face. I'm sanitizing afterwards. But it's when I approach someone, I'll ask them, I said, hey, I got my face mask. You want me to put my face mask on, or we could stay, I'll stay within, a little more than 6 feet. And, but yeah, it was just kind of, to each his own, but yeah, he was just like, man, he just stuck his hand right out there. It wasn't scared at all. So,
absolutely. I think it's a comfort level for everybody, right? Because a lot of people feel really comfortable doing that. there's not no problem. Some other ones are more precautious that don't want to go out, they want to stay at home. I think just when you verbalize the way that you feel or the way they want to be approached, and I think every case is different, but I think you have to just express yourself on what do you prefer. You prefer just like a wave, handshake. So what can you do? But I think it's a great question because all of us are in that mindset of handshaking, a hug, anything like that. But now we have to change the way that we do things. Yeah.
Hey, sorry, we were having to, because we have space in here. We're like all separated, but you can still hear us. I just want to share one thing, really important, and it goes back to Samantha's point around safety. I can tell you personally here, I'm very concerned with the safety of the team. So, make sure they all have masks. We have set certain rules. If people come in, we are tracking everybody that comes into this office. It goes on a daily list. It's our own contact tracing. Like, so if something were to happen, we can reach out to these individuals. And we're also being very mindful of our space where we work. We don't overlap each other. Like, everybody has their own working space. I don't go work in theirs. They don't come work in my space. And we are very aware, and I think that's the key that we're dealing with right now, is that awareness that although we are moving forward and opening up, the reality is there is no solution yet. The virus is out there, so it's up to every single one. And I had an interesting conversation with somebody over the weekend, and we were talking about personal responsibility. It's up to everyone to take personal responsibility for how they protect themselves and how they protect people around them. And, again, I'm sharing my personal responsibility in terms of wanting to care for the people I work with. So you'll see me running and saying, put on your mask, or, don't let them in yet. Make sure they're covered, or let them know they've got to cover themselves, and just making sure, because we still have to do business. And we are here to serve. So we want to serve our community and our members. But, again, depending on what you're doing, is making sure that there is that understanding, personal responsibility. What is yours, and, how are you sharing it with others? Because I think that's what's going to happen, is a change in behavior. We're going to slowly make changes in behavior. And how do we bring our parents along? My heart, kind of went eek when you talked about, your father or your grandfather, I'm sorry. But my mother, I haven't hugged her in over 2 months. Like, I have not hugged her. And we're very much a touchy-feely, group. So it's hard. But I am doing the elbow with her in the mornings. I'm like, good morning, and she laughs, but I give her the elbow, but I just can't, because I come out in public every day. So I can't, that just terrifies me that she would wind up in the hospital. So I think it's a great question, and I think it's something that we're going to have to be working through ongoing. It's going to be a journey for all of us, but great question. Sorry, I had to share.
It's really sad, but unfortunately, it is a virus that we still have not seen it get completely eradicated. I mean, they're still trying to.
Athenia, do you want to say something?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So what I was saying was, it's really scary, but it seems like this virus is something that is really affecting a lot of people, because it hasn't been completely eradicated. I mean, there are so many things and components to it that are so new to us that we still haven't been able to find its actual source and how it's going to affect all of us, because now, as you've been reading, it's now, there are different strains of it that are now affecting the little kids that we thought were invincible and not able to be, impacted by this. But as with our platform where we're at, we do have individuals that come in, but outside we have a big sign that says, in order to enter, you need to wear a face mask. And it's not to discriminate or to make anyone feel belittled or insignificant. It's just, or we're saying that you have germs. No, but it's just for the protection of the staff, because we've done everything to maintain like the area clean, to be sanitizing and doing all of that stuff. But when we have individuals come in, you know, it's them just protecting, you know, coming in with the mask so that if they do have something, you know, we are not exposed, because we actually have to go. We have reporters that are on the front lines and doing things like that. And it's sad, but this weekend, actually, my older brother, they don't live in Tucson, but my older brother's, his wife's uncle passed away from COVID. And what was really sad from it is that they, the gentleman was pretty much invincible, and he thought that he was not going to get, you know, I'm strong, I have a strong immune system, I don't need a mask, I don't need this. And he was exposed and he passed away. And the sad thing about it is that his family is really impacted by the loss, because he died on his own. He would have nobody surrounding him. They will not give him the body until a month after, because they have to run tests. And when they do release the body, they will not be allowed to actually do an open casket or anything like that. It's either going to be cremation or a closed casket. So you have his children, his wife, they're all like heartbroken and in a mess, because they weren't able to say their goodbyes, to be there. And that's the saddest part of this whole situation. And with regards to what Samantha had asked about what businesses have been going out of their way, I must tell you, I was really impacted. I work closely with a lot of large companies like Starbucks, you know, some of the other local, well, you've seen the chains that are national chains. And I was speaking to one of my my accounts with Starbucks, and the lady was telling me that what they did for their employees was they paid them the whole month's salary in regards to the hours that they were going to work. On top of that, they paid for their benefits completely. They also, because Starbucks, as a Starbucks employee, you have perks where every week you can get like food, you can get coffee, you can get things like that. So they pretty much told all of their employees which stores were going to be open, so that every week they could go and get the supplies that they needed, as far as the foods, the coffees, and even toilet paper. And if they chose to work because they didn't want to stay at home, or they wanted to be out there doing something, on top of their salary, they gave them an additional $3 pay. So it's something that is just like, wow, it just goes above and beyond. And, you know, thank God for businesses like that are active that can do that for their employees. But, you know, even thank God for businesses that are making a difference with their employees by just giving them that security, that if they don't feel safe going out there, they're not going to let them go. They're still going to, you know, put them like on a temporary leave. It's just good to know that you have that ability.
Thank you, Athenia. Thank you. All right, I think we appreciate everybody sharing perspective. Again, this is a journey. We appreciate you taking time out of your week to come and be with us. We encourage you to keep staying connected. Again, we will continue with this through the end of the month, and then in June, we are obviously cautiously optimistic that we will be able to open our doors and invite more people in. But like with everybody, I think it's going to be a slow process. So we'll continue to communicate and share what's going on. Rocio, a minute ago, passed me a note just asking to remind you that if you're interested in joining us for the conversation with Miss Sally, please go online and register. Space is limited. And I would hate for anybody to be turned away at the end because we didn't get you registered. So it's a quick, easy registration, and then you'll get your confirmation email and information to go on to Zoom. Did you want to tell them about Wednesday?
And last but not least, on Wednesday at 9:30 a.m., I'm going to be doing a live with Keganai News for advice for small businesses. So Hector and myself are going to be there, and we have Lisa Nutt as well. We did one of these Facebook Lives already with the Mexican consulate. That one was completely in Spanish. It's going to be bilingual if we have anybody speak Spanish. So please feel free to join us. We're really looking forward to that. And then Thursday is going to be a big day because we have the Senator McSally at 8 a.m. Here at the chamber. And then in the afternoon from 6 to 7 p.m., we'll have our first round of classes with the collaboration with the YWCA, the City of Tucson, Tucson Connected, the Women's Business Center, Vibin, and us, and the Tucson Hispanic Chamber as well. So thank you so much, guys. Talk to you soon.
Have a great week, everybody. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back. Do you guys need anything? I'm gonna leave my stuff here. I have to